What's going on, guys? Good morning. My bad. I'm about 10 seconds late to booting this up right here, but I am very excited for South Korea, Jordan. I was actually thinking about it. I think this is the first fixture that I have streamed 3 different times on the channel. I think I've also done 3 US Mexico and 3 Mexico Panama games. But definitely the most streamed AFC game ever on the channel is Jordan South Korea because, well, we got it twice at the Asian Cup. Let me share this for you guys. Here we go. Good morning, everybody. I got my coffee. Game has kicked off. Hwang Hee-chan is back on the left side of the field. Thank the gods. And yeah, this is a real opportunity for both sides. I'm gonna be honest. For me personally, if Korea won this game like 2-0, 3-1, that would be a pretty big statement for me. And me being not as biased towards South Korea as obviously South Koreans, I think I would have faith restored. Oh, son. Oh, hanging bomb with the shot, but it's far away. Chat, am I lagging here? I look a little slow on my end. Do I look slow on y'all's end too? It ain't Argentine internet, it's Brazilian internet. It's called internet outside the United States. It's just terrible everywhere. Well, I think I'm back now. If my internet is bad, then sorry y'all, I won't be able to share my screen. That'll be the issue. That's usually what does it. Also, I'm gonna kindly ask that nobody says any score from the other games. I was watching Japan, Saudi Arabia. Japan were dominating, but it's still 0-0. Obviously, we have China's Australia at the same time. I would really appreciate if you guys did not jump in the chat and be like, "Oh, China scored" or "Japan scored," because I'm gonna watch these games later. They're both recorded already on my computer, so please don't do that. I would really appreciate it. I would really hate to ban somebody, at least temporarily, for doing that. It's not because I'm super I don't know, it's not because I'm super mad about it. It's because I have to talk about these games on the channel. So like if I know what the score is, I'm much less likely to watch the replay fully. And I'm also going to be watching the game through a certain lens the whole time. You know what I mean? Like if I know that Australia win 4-0 and somebody says that in the chat, like, "Oh, Australia 4, China nothing," then I'm going to be watching the game from the angle of like, "Oh, why did China get their ass kicked?" as opposed to like, "How did the game play out?" Yeah, the share screen ain't gonna work today, boy. That is hilarious. South Korea score a set piece as my internet decides to die for the 80th time. since moving to South America. That is literally the worst possible thing that could have happened to Jordan. Dude, Jordan pissed me off, man. I'm so annoyed at this national team. It's a great ball. It's a great ball. Lee Jae-sung being the one to win a header, or not win a header, but win a corner. I mean, come on, man. What are we even talking about? That's what you wanted for Korea, though. You only got like 3 of your actual stars still available. Everybody else is, well, I guess 4. Hwang is playing. But I read that he's only going to play 45 minutes because of an injury. What you want is you want a gifted goal. And that's what Jordan just did. Man, this team, bro. I don't know. I still think this Jordan side is so beatable. What a ball to Sung. Oh my gosh. That ball to Sung Hyung-min, I think it was from the left back for South Korea. Can somebody verify that? That was disgusting. It just shredded the Jordan back line in a single pass. Unfortunately, Son was not able to hold on to it. Who played that ball? Was that Taysok? I'm not sure. Korea looked really. Oh, out to Mari. And it's immediately won back by South Korea. How good have Jordan looked after the Asian Cup, though? Great question. I'm going to try to read the chat, of course. How good have Jordan looked after the Asian Cup, though? Definitely not to the Asian Cup levels. I would say of the... God, what a ball, man. I would love to see again he played that. I'm not sure what Son's upset about. It's got to be himself, right? Because the ball was a dime. Let me see if I can figure out who played that ball through. That was ridiculous. No, I'm not going to be able to figure it out. No, Jordan have not been that good. They have not been that good since the Asian Cup. They've had probably 2 out of 7 really strong performances. So if that continues, we're talking about, once every 3 games, these guys really, really show up and look like that Asian Cup team again. But for the most part, it hasn't been there. I think the midfield's been far worse. I think at least one of their stars is missing every single game, and they just do not have the other guys off the bench. I mean, they're serviceable, but they're not Ali Olwan. They're not Yazan. They're not Musa Tamari. So if those guys go down, it's just like, okay, well, not only is Jordan not nearly as good, they're not nearly as fun to watch. I thought they were going to be the most exciting team to watch in qualifying. And I would say they still are a top team to watch in qualifying from Asia, probably like a top 3 team that I enjoy watching. But honestly, I like watching Qatar more. I like watching Japan more. I like watching Iran. I know Iranians don't like watching Iran. That attack is so freaking good, man. Nobody's stopping that in Asia. And maybe Jordan 4 after that. Because, yeah, some good moments. Like Yazan, he does have moments of magic. He just lost the ball. But he's going to keep going and going again. Long ball down to Son. He's got out of all over him. Ball goes out of play. And it's not just a Jordan thing. I don't want it to seem like I'm picking on Jordan because Iraq are the same thing, except arguably it's worse. Actually, inarguably, it's worse. Iraq are a terrible watch. That game against Kuwait was the first time in qualifying that I really felt like it was a decent Iraq game as a neutral to watch. Even the South Korea game, I mean, the 3-2 scoreline I feel like was very flattering, given how the game actually went down. I thought Korea were like pretty decent, but ends up scoring off just like a really bad Iraqi mistake, and then Bayesh gets a goal or Bayesh. I think you guys keep telling me Bayesh scores a goal late off a header to make it 3-2, so it wasn't really as close as the scoreline. Qualifying is hard, y'all. That's kind of the moral of the story. Qualifying is really hard. Ooh, 1-on-1 outside. Ball comes in for Korea. It's blocked by Nasib. This is big for Korea too because you gotta have the crowd on your side, which they have not had the crowd on their side the entire qualifying. And Son's getting everybody pumped. They got their early goal. The fans are responding. This is what you want to see if you are a South Korean fan. Another set piece. Man, if Jordan conceded another one, bro. If Jordan conceded another one. Ooh, and they almost do. I think that's Cho on that one, number 14. Nearly gets there. I mean, out of his beat completely. Wow. Yeah, if number 14, I think that's Cho. Yeah, that's Cho. You've been Cho. I didn't know his first name. Ball by Altamari or by Almardi, trying to find Yazan up top. He's kind of one-on-one, but he's got no assistance whatsoever. Yazan, great dribble. Oh, that was a bit of a vintage Al Naimot move right there. He's got 4 Koreans around him, dribbles the first one. Yeah, just puts the ball wide, but that's what you want to see if you're Jordan. You want to see a lot more of that. Wasn't great defense from Park there, was it? God, the CDM position for South Korea is just diabolical, man. It really is. Kuwait equal draw city. Ahmed, you're 100% right. But I think Kuwait have an excuse to be draw city, right? We can't really be mad at Kuwait for being draw city. It's Kuwait. They're supposed to be getting killed in this round of qualifying. They've actually been quite impressive. You cannot hold Iraq to the same standard, though. For Iraq, it has to be higher. For Iraq, they should have been like, we can win the group. And they still could. For Iraq, it's, not only do we want to go to the World Cup, we're trying to win some games there. Kuwait, if they made the World Cup, it would be like, they could lose like, chat, what was the team in 2002 World Cup, South Korea? They got murdered in the group stage. Was it North Korea or was it China? Y'all know what I'm talking about? They got, I think Brazil like destroyed them in the group stage 7-0 or something. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Nikhil says that it was China. Yeah, thank you guys. It was China. I think Kuwait could do something. Oh, bad pass from Abdullah. And another really dangerous set piece here conceded. Hwang Hee-chan goes down. Not a great start from Jordan here. Yeah, I think if Kuwait conceded 10 goals, scored 0 at the World Cup, I don't think they'd care at all. I think they'd be like, wow, we made it to the World Cup. If Iraq went to the World Cup and had 1 goal scored and conceded 5 and they finished last, the Iraqis would be pissed, and rightfully so. Speaking of World Cup, Brazil beat China 8-0 from Sapphire here. Yeah, thank you guys for the chat. And I appreciate you, again, the no spoilers. If you guys could please. Ooh, ball comes in. Ooh, gosh. Man, the set piece quality of South Korea looks on point right now. They've almost found a Korean head every single time. Now, on the flip side, guys, South Korea made the World Cup, right? I actually don't know what Koreans are expecting. I would assume they want to they want minimum round of 16, obviously, but I think they really want quarterfinals. I think quarterfinals is actually what every Korean fan is aspiring for. Now, if Jordan made the World Cup very quickly, I think they just want to make the round of 16, and that would be a huge success to make the knockouts of your first ever World Cup. I mean, you can't be too mad about that. Good low play from Jordan here. This is the first bit of play where Almarty's going to let it fly. It's blocked by Cho's face, I think. That must have stung like a mofo. I think Al Rashdan sprays it wide here. I really got to learn the. Ooh, no, that's just a ball in, but it's going to be claimed. Yeah, I think South Koreans want quarterfinals. Kuwait played once in a World Cup. Yes, I am aware that they have made it to a World Cup before. Kuwait used to be good. Kuwait used to be very good. I remember when I was previewing the Jordan Kuwait games, and some Kuwaitis were like, "We used to like dominate these guys for fun," type thing. And I was like, "Oh, interesting. I didn't know that." So I went back and looked, and yeah, Kuwait used to be cold. Kuwait used to be cold. Used to have a very good squad. Offsides from Korea here. Who could be the Asian team that qualifies to the Intercontinental Playoff? Excellent question, Tim. I think the top nominees, based on what I consider to be the teams that are just not good enough to finish top two, I think the two strongest candidates for that will be either Iraq or Jordan, whichever guy doesn't finish in the top two. And probably the UAE. Right? If I had a power rank most likely to go through, I would say UAE 1, and I'll get to that because that's a bit of a hot take. UAE 1, Iraq/Jordan 2, Qatar 3, Saudi Arabia 4, Bahrain 5. Those are the teams that I think are the most likely to go to the Intercontinental Playoff and win. I'm like also ranking and win because, of course, China could go to the Intercontinental Playoff. I don't think those boys doing a damn thing. Indonesia could do it. I pray they don't. I really dislike what they've done as a national team. I would be very upset if those guys made it to a World Cup. Maybe I'm a hater, sure. It doesn't feel right to me. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm an asshole. Maybe I'm completely out of touch. It's possible. Wouldn't be the first time. We got a Jordanian player down here. Good question, though, Tim. Korea FA is down bad every single game. Yeah, they are down bad every single game. Man, if Altamar does not get up, if that man goes down, then we're in a lot of trouble here. I know a lot of my Jordanian brothers online, they were pretty bullish about a win here. I didn't see it against Palestine. I was telling my boy Albert, who may or may not join the stream at some point. Where's my phone? I need to. Yeah, we may or may not link up in the second half. Yeah, let's see if he wants to come on. He texted me some sort of like millennial vernacular. I wasn't sure what he was trying to say, if he was confirming or denying his ability to hop on. What the hell was I saying? Oh yeah, Jordanians were pretty. Ooh, Al Rashdan gets cleared out there. We're pretty bullish that they could win because of the 3-1 Palestine game, but that game was not a good game. Like, did anybody else watch that match? I mean, you're not gonna lose games if your center backs are both scoring goals off set pieces. You're just not going to lose those games. And I actually thought if it came down to performance, I thought Palestine played better football. I think Palestine looked more dangerous in attack. I think Abu Laila had to make better saves than the Palestinian goalkeeper. Forgive me, I forgot his name. Begins with an H. I don't know. It's a lot of Arabic names. It's a lot of East Asian names. It's a lot to remember. My worst nightmare is when like 4 debutantes walk out on the field for, Saudi Arabia or Iraq. Usually Iraq because they have a different lineup every game. And I'm like, who the hell is this guy? And then I got to learn his name. I dig into it. Oh, he's in the Swedish second division. Great ball. Great ball in the sun. Oh, that was nearly a penalty. Extremely risky. I don't know if Al Rashdan went with the slide there, but that was pretty risky. It could have been Haddad, though. Let me see it again. It's not Rashdan. It was Haddad, I believe. Oh, it's Jamous. Amer Jamous. He catches him with a follow through, but I think he gets ball first. No pen for me. Iraq made the 2009 Confederations Cup. Yes, that was. I'm very impressed, Miguel, that you are aware of that. Not many people know that. I missed the Confederations Cup. That was because they won the 2007 edition. We got to bring that tournament back, man. I'm sorry. We got to bring that tournament back. I love the Confederations Cup. Mini World Cup, not every 4. Was it every 2 years? Couldn't have been. 2009. Was there a 2011 Federations Cup? I know there was a 2013. Was there a 2011 Confederations Cup? Chat, how often was the Confederations Cup? 2 or 4 years? Oh, Wang Chan is not buying this whatsoever. Ahmed says they being Kuwait played better than everybody in their group, except France. Dude, Kuwait have a pretty high technical level. I mean, the kills bring up Mohamed Daham, who I think has been unbelievably good, like scary good. I don't know where this guy came from, but he is such a beast. Altamara down for a second time. Come on, bro. Brother, it's like 7 a.m. It was like 7 a.m. Yeah. For me, it's 8:24 right now. And for you guys just trickling in here, because I know I started the stream pretty early, so I'm sure the audience will grow as we go along. If you guys could please not say anything about the other games. In fact, should I just make a banner for that? Should I just put something on the bottom of the screen that says, please don't spoil the other games? Now, if you guys want to tell me what happened in like CAF or something, which I don't think any games are going on right now, that's okay. It's just not the Angola DR Congo game, because I'm really looking forward to that. And I mean really looking forward to that game. I love watching the Congo play, and I love Angola. And so this is like Jack's dream CAF World Cup qualifier. That's a good step from Malata. He's going to play along. See, this is what's been happening with Jordan every single time they win the ball back. It's Musa Al-Samari versus 3 Koreans. And maybe Yazan is a little bit behind him, but he's still being tracked by Park. So it's a 2v4. We're not even getting in any 2v3s for Jordan here. Certainly no 2v2s or 2v1s. Absolutely not. Korea don't look really vulnerable in any way. And these balls down the middle, I mean, another one for Sung here. He's going to take I think it was in the end a cross, but lively start from Sung Hyun-min. Probably should have a goal, but Sung should probably have like 3 more goals. And it's another dangerous foul from a stupid position this time from Almarty. It's not a good start for Jordan here. Bahrain played Intercontinental twice. I don't know if off the top of my head I can remember both teams. Chad, let me know who the two teams were that Bahrain beat or lost to in the Intercontinental playoff. I'm sure one had to have been South American, had to have been, so maybe even both. Oh, top of box, top of box. Oh, it's another shot blocked. Here's another opportunity for Korea. Oh, it's gonna. Oh my goodness. Park Young Woo, the CDM, falls for him in the box, right basically on the penalty spot. I mean, Jordan are just all over the place here. It's not a very good hit, actually. He should have done far better with that. It's Youngwoo, right? Youngwoo Park? Yeah, Youngwoo. Okay. I feel like the Korean national team, I know who they are. I just don't know their full names off the top of my head for everybody. Um, it's the Chinese national team, bro. That team, I know like three guys off the top of my head. It's really difficult. Josh Browning, Yuning Zhang, Dalai Wang. I can't even remember the guy who scored against Indonesia. I can't even remember him. I know his face. Can't remember him. Those names are tough, man. Nah, Jack, you been getting enough sleep? Hell no, David. Because I'm on stream with y'all. Oh, son, just a really bad clearance from Jordan. Y'all think YouTubers get sleep? Are you kidding me? I'm not even a YouTuber yet. Oh, that's a great move. Playing him beyond back. It's not been a great opening 28 here for Jordan. But no, dude. I'll be honest with you guys. I'll give you some insight into Jack's life for a brief second. The only reason I'm able to do these streams and stuff is one, because of the hour, right? Work doesn't really start until, because of my time zone, 10 o'clock for me, because I'm ahead of the United States. But the only reason I'm able to do this stuff is because the day before, I usually work until like 11 p.m. or midnight, so that today can be so chill, so that I can sit down and just like really watch the games. Yeah, I probably turned off my laptop at like 11:30 last night. And it's not like a woe is me type thing. It's just, hey, if I want to sit down and watch Asian qualifiers all day and then CONMEBOL ones at night, I got to get more work done either yesterday or on Wednesday. So that's what I do. So yeah, I went to bed probably 1, woke up at 7 to watch the beginning of Japan, Saudi Arabia. No spoilers, please. Thank you. I did see the opening 25. That's it. So yeah, that's the price. Wow, the first giveaway here from Park. First giveaway here, Yazan with a great dribble move. He's got Hwang dripped all over him. He's got a little assistance, but it's not a ton. Oh, that's a great shot, and it's a good save. Almarty in the box still, and it's a wicked deflection. It goes in. Wicked deflection. It goes in. Almarty. He'll take credit for the shot, but that was wow. Dude, how can you not love international football? I don't know what Joe was supposed to do there, because I mean the shot's pretty much going wide. I couldn't tell if it hit Cho or if it hit a different defender, maybe the fullback. Let's watch this again. So the shot comes in. It's a good save from Joe initially. Then it's Almarty. I think it comes off of Quan. Let me see this here. It does. It looks like it comes off of. It looks like it comes off of Quan's shoulder and just redirects it a little bit. And just like that, Jordan are back in the game. You gotta be. Is this not South Korea, y'all? Is this not South Korea? Dominating the opening 30 minutes. And Mahmoud Al-Mardi, who I think is top 5 underrated ballers in Asia. Guy is so freaking important for Jordan. Gets a goal. I mean, wow. Just like that. We have a serious game again, and Korea attacking immediately. I think Haddad gets the clearance there. I still don't know how I feel about that guy. I think he's okay. Like, I think there's some serviceable is the word I constantly use to describe some of Jordan's players. Jack been drinking too much mate. He ain't been sleeping much for real. I actually don't like mate, much to the chagrin of my Argentine friends. Oh, another corner one for South Korea. Yo, they are. It's Cho again. The man's won like 3 headers, 3 corner kicks. He just hasn't been able to put it on target. Yeah, I do drink a lot of coffee. Well, I wouldn't say a lot. I drink 300 milligrams or less a day, which I think is like 3 espresso shots, which I know sounds like a lot, but a lot of guys my age, I got friends who still drink pre-workout, then a cappuccino, and then a little espresso or something like later in the day. I feel like I'm pretty, like 300 is pretty good. And it might be less some days. 2 cups of coffee, instant coffee. All right, I'm going to try to share the score again. Because I know some of you guys will want to watch the stream back and you'll want to be like, well, when the heck did everything happen? So I'm going to try this, and I have zero guarantee at all that this is going to work. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it from my phone. And I've never done this. So I could just be destroying the live stream with this one. So if I bug out, it's because I'm currently sending myself this. Have I bugged out yet? Doesn't seem like it. They lost to Uruguay. Wow, I cannot. Yes, you guys can spoil the Asian Cup qualifiers. I'm not going to watch that, but please don't tell me anything that happens in China, Australia. I'm just going to add the banner because I feel like more and more people are going to jump in here, and through no fault of their own, good individual run by Altamari. Yeah, through no fault of their own, people are just going to be like, "Oh yeah, Saudi Arabia scored," and then I'm going to be like, "I hate everything." Now I don't really want to watch the game back. It's a good tackle by Taysop. Yep. Okay. All right. Let's try this here. I've sent myself the link on my phone. Will you stream AFC games 7 to 9 p.m.? I don't really understand that question, but Thai Red Bull, the ultimate caffeine supplier from Michael. That's hilarious. Dude, my stream on Disney Plus just went black for a second. I was furious. And I just missed a chance for Jordan. God damn it, Disney Plus. Al Rashdan with the header. Oh, it was almost a deflection off Quan. That would have been crazy if that went in. All right, y'all, we're going in. Everybody buckle up. We're doing the screen share on mobile. This has never been done in the history of StreamYard. While that's happening, another set piece here for Jordan. Doesn't really go anywhere. Altamari tries to go for the golazo, and he just scuffs it a little bit. It's still banging around in the box. Still banging around. BJ Song's going to get on it, and that's Ref says nothing there. That's a foul. I'm sorry. That was absolutely a foul. Now I think we have Altamari, but he's got 3 Koreans on him. Really good recovery. Ball cleared. I wouldn't say it's getting scuffy yet, but there's another. That has to be a yellow for Rashtan on EJ Sung, and it's kind of just a dumb. It's a dumb slide. I'm not really sure why he felt the need to go for that. I mean, just slide in the Korean half when they don't even have numbers forward. Al-Rosh, he's a good player, though. Okay, follow the steps. Okay. I'm following the steps here. Paste this in Safari. Okay. It has been pasted. Jack, you should have watched the Nations League qualify or Nations League in your UEFA. I absolutely should have. Yeah, guys, I'm trying to share the screen right now. This is going to be scary because I'm going to be on my phone too. Okay, I'm just going to call this cell, and I'm going to hit Enter Studio. Oh, I'm terrified right now. Oh my gosh, this is a great opportunity for South Korea. What a save from Abulai on Hwang Hee-chan. What a save. Hwang goes for the chip. It's a great ball from Son. Little dummy, not a dummy, but a little ball down. It's a terrible clearance from Abunati, I think. I couldn't tell who did that. Yeah, I think Abunati just headers it straight to okay, how do I do this? All right, so my phone is in. Oh my gosh, this game is popping. Ooh, Wang and Bomb puts it over. This is a good game. All right, so I'm going to add myself to this chat. Hold on here. Everybody hold on. Hold on to your butts. All right. Where is the ability to screen share, though? That's what I don't see. Maybe it's because I have to add myself. Okay, we're just going to try this and see what happens. All right. So I'm in here now. How do I settings? No, that ain't going to work. I don't know if I can share my screen on mobile. I do have a second backup plan, but I won't be able to do this until halftime. So I'm just remove this. I'll just take that off. Or maybe if I don't use Fault Mob, it'll be less draining on my battery, because that's really the problem. Is Fault Mob is just really difficult because there's so much info. Jordan, South Korea. We're gonna figure this out, guys. We're gonna figure this out. This would not be a problem if I had my actual computer, but RIP to that thing. It's in a storage unit, and it's been in a storage unit for some time now. Okay. I think we're good here. All right. If I bug out again, y'all, I'm just going to refresh. Hold on. Oh, that's a terrible ball. Yazan's going to get there somehow. Yazan al-Arab, not Yazan al-Naiman. Ball comes back in. There's a lot of Jordanians in the box. I can't take advantage, though. Looks like Kwan with the clearance. Yazan and all the Jordan stars are on the ball right now. The shot comes in from Al-Marty, and it's saved by Cho. That's a great save. Okay, I'm really scared that this is not going to work, y'all, but I'm going to try. Am I sharing my screen? Oh, yeah, this is bad. There we go. Okay. I think I'm still good. All right, I'm moving around and I still see myself moving, so I think we're good here. All right, I'm gonna go a little bigger. Oh geez. Okay, I'm gonna go a little bigger. Let me scroll down a little bit so we can see that. I think we're cooking. I think we're cooking now. Okay. So my bad for not having that earlier. But now you guys actually know the score. Oh, great move here. Oh, it's a 3-on-5 for Jordan. This is no way. Altamari, oh, he almost gets the angle there. Yeah, Taysock. I mean, Taysock does well there. Because if he gets by him, it's bad. It's bad news bears. It's a really good tackle. It's a really good tackle. I mean, Tamari's one touch away from a shot there. All right. Am I just all the way back? He's not allowed to. He's had a very good game actually. Wow, this is the second time the Disney Plus stream has just gone down. Really, really poor. I'm not sure my internet can, or my GPU, my processor can support this screen share, guys. I can see myself starting to freeze a little bit, so I might keep going, but if I freeze again, I just got to stop. Maybe I'll put an overlay or something with the score, like a still image. Ooh, good ball here. Alada again. Gosh, he's been good. Outside of his bonehead penalty against Kuwait in the first game, he's been good. I think he plays in the K League now, if I'm not mistaken. What is with Jordan? And he's kind of like risky set pieces they're giving up. I mean, have they not realized South Korea are winning like every other header in Jordan's box? I mean, you're just playing with fire here. I do like Nasib a lot. I think he's a very aggressive, very athletic center back. I think he plays in the Jordanian league or in the UAE league. There's like no information about this guy at all, like who he is or what he does. At least in English websites, it's not a good ball from Son. It's not a good ball. Wow, the referee blocks the ball. I mean, it's super unlucky. The Jordanians are laughing about it. That's in good spirits. Yeah, and the Sib tries to he tries to play long. The ref actually ducks, but it still hits him in the face. I've seen this Uzbek ref many times. I think he's funny. He can be pretty harsh with the cards, though. Speaking of Uzbekistan, big game against Iran later today. What a freaking just a big bounce. It goes over Altamari's head, but that was a great ball. Who did that? Who passed that? Taha. Mohanad Abu Taha. Yeah, him and Jamous. I do not know their names yet. off the top of my head from Jordan. I still gotta like look down. You got plus 3 minutes now. Alada plays back. It's been a good first half. We're gonna review the stats and everything together. It's been a good first half. After the opening 5 minutes, I was a little worried, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little worried. I was like, oh God, Jordan looked like they're about to get beat here. Then I forgot that South Korea is playing, and they look like this every game, and then inevitably draw. So I don't think South Korea's played poorly though. I realized I had a few people who were accusing me of being a South Korean hater, which is hilarious. It's just hilarious. I always love when somebody finds like one tweet I say, or like they take one sentence that I say in a video that's negative, and that becomes their whole opinion of me as a person and as a YouTuber. And like they've never seen any of my other videos. They choose to not hear the other things that I say. Oh yeah, I don't know if this screen I don't know if the screen share is working, guys. It is pretty slow. I don't know if the audio is bad, but just to be safe, we're almost at halftime anyway, so I'm just gonna remove it. But yeah, some people are like, "Oh, you hate South Korea." I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, bro? First off, I have like 3 South Korea jerseys. Second, I've paid real hard good money to go see 2 different South Korean games. I'd move to South Korea right freaking now if I could. And I root for them in every single game that they play in. Like, what are you talking about? The only time I don't root for South Korea is when they're playing Mexico, which hasn't happened since 2019. Oh, Hang Chan. Oh, he does really well there. That's not the best clearance from. I feel like a lot of could have gone sideways. Instead, he puts it out for a corner. It's just so funny to me, man. Like, you're a hater. I'm like, what? Hater? It's like, dude, I was the one guy that wasn't South Korean ethnically that was like, yeah, I think you guys can make it out of the group at the last World Cup. I was like, I believe in you. Uruguay or mid. But because I'm like, yeah, I don't know, man. I just think South Korea going to drop points this window. It's like, hater. And that's halftime. That's halftime. You know, it is what it is. I fear for the day where I won't want to read the comments because I love the interaction, especially with you guys. But I'm going to put this banner on because it's halftime now. So I'm sure somebody will want to tell me exactly what has just happened in Saudi Arabia, Japan, or China versus Australia. Please, for the love of God, do not tell me this score. I do not want to have to ban you. I really want to watch those games, not having any clue what's going on. They are both recorded on my laptop, so please, let's just avoid those at all costs. If you want to talk about any AFC games that are happening later today, if you want to talk about the games from the last window, if you want to ask me a random question about any Asian team in general, if you want to talk about the Asian Cup qualifiers, that's totally cool. You want to ask me for my I don't know, skincare routine, I don't care. You can anything else, just please do not mention what's happening in the other games. But I'll start with a quick little recap here. But yeah, I don't mean to go on a monologue. It's just, so nobody likes reading that people have a completely false opinion of you. Doesn't feel good to read stuff like that. I'm like, why does this person think that? Why does this person think I hate South Korea? I mean, it's just ridiculous. Like, it sounds ridiculous saying it out loud, but it is what it is. I guess I've asked for that, going on the grueling path of becoming a YouTuber, covering football, no less. So I'm looking at the stats here. Korea dominating possession. Nobody expected anything different. 73% possession, 27 for Jordan. Shots are 9-7 in favor of South Korea, both with 3 on target. South Korea are credited with 2 big chances and 1 big chance missed. The big chance missed must have been Son, had to have been a Son shot. Jordan have 1 big chance and 1 big chance missed. Interesting. What would that have been? Are they considering the Musa Al-Tamari shot as a big chance? I would love to know exactly what that is. Jordan have 68 accurate passes. South Korea have 262. That's hilarious. 64% pass success for Jordan right now. I mean, if you look at it, nobody should be surprised by that, given that South Korea possessed the ball. Jordan typically win it back very deep in their own half. They're not really winning it at midfield at all. If you remember at the Asian Cup, they were very successful at that, winning the ball higher up the pitch. That way, that final ball, that immediate ball to the attack, wasn't so impossible to make, because instead of being like 40 yards, it was like 20, which is just more manageable to do. But still, I think Jordan have defended well, although they need to get better on set pieces. You gotta feel like South Korea got a second goal in this. And probably need to get Al-Tamari a bit more involved. I don't think he's been great. I think him and Yazan have had moments where they've helped the team, but it hasn't been a dominant performance from Jordan's attack. Not that they've been bad, it just hasn't, are the streets going to be talking about Musa Al-Tamari in this game? I don't think so. The local, I had to read that. Daham is him. Mohammed Daham absolutely is him. I'm reading somebody else's comments about Mohammed Daham. Oh, this is an interesting topic. Didn't get to speak on this at all yet. I have not said anything about this or really even thought about how I feel. Jack, did you hear the news that Iran is sacking their manager, Galanoy? I did, and I also read that one tweet that Mehdi Taremi is the one who is leading the charge inside of the team. And the reason I think that rumor is actually a bit valid is because Taremi didn't play at all against UAE. There's the injury, which he is injured, but I mean, if he's been playing injured the entire year for Inter, why would he not play injured still at home against arguably a top 3 team in the group to all but seal World Cup qualification? I don't know. I think you can look into that a bit and be like, Galanoy doesn't really like something Taremi's doing. Taremi probably doesn't like Galanoy for not playing him. I think it seems like a possible conspiracy theory. In terms of what I feel about it, I think it's irrelevant. I'm just going to say that. If the objective is to appease Iranian fans, they will not be appeased. I promise you, whoever gets brought in, they will hate within 5 games. I promise you. And it's going to be for a Baron Vond mistake or error that he makes in goal. And people are going to be like, I can't believe this bozo head coach is still playing him. I just don't have any faith that there's an appointment Iranians could be happy with. I mean, outside of Carlos Queiroz part 3, what are we going to do? I see a lot of Iranians still saying Hervé Renard. I mean, first off, you're going to have to pay that man a bag. I'm not sure if he's got a release clause as a manager of Saudi Arabia, but he's got a job to do. So why would he just bounce to coach Iran? I mean, you could say, oh, well, Iran guarantees him another World Cup. It guarantees him better probability of advancement at the World Cup, certainly. I don't think Saudi Arabia are going to do a damn thing in 2026. But I don't know. I mean, even Hervé Renard, he's not a perfect manager. There's going to be downsides to him. I think Gallinoi is overhated. I really do think he's overhated. I think if you look at statistically, at least, it's kind of like the Berhalter with the U.S. men's national team, where the guy has done pretty well with Iran. I would say his worst performance, hands down, was 3-2 Qatar, the semifinal. Where even in that game, like at the end, Jakenbosch misses his shot by 2 feet. You know, that would have made it 3-3, and who knows what happens in the rest of that game. Outside of that, I think Gallinoi has been an overhated figure. And I think it's because the defense is conceding goals, which Iranians are not used to. But also, y'all, your back line is shit. It's a shit back line. I'll rephrase that. The center backs are bad. So is Hervé Renard going to turn Kanani into Al-Tambakti? No. Like, what do you want him to do? The only thing he can do is find some 22-year-old Iranian playing for Persepolis or something and just debut him for the national team. That's really the one area that a new manager could help. And in that regard, I think getting rid of Gallinoi would be a good move. But it needs to happen immediately. And this new blood, the young Iranians, need to play literally in the match against Uzbekistan later this afternoon. I mean, y'all, the World Cup is coming up. You can't wait until after qualification ends to start bleeding these guys. They got to come in right now. If they don't come in right now, it's pointless. They're not going to have enough time. After qualification, if you're one of the big dogs in Asia, your focus is not introducing young guys. Your focus is getting the strongest, best operating possible 11 for the World Cup. This is not the time where it's like, you know what? What if we play Asmoon as a CB? Let's just experiment. I see this a lot with fans. Let's experiment. I disagree. Why are you experimenting right before the World Cup? You should know your 11. You should know your plan A. You should know your plan B. Yeah, maybe if you got a weak position in the team, like Iran does at the center back position, try new guys out there. But do it right now. Right now. Don't do it the window before the World Cup, or 2 windows before the World Cup, or 30 minutes in the friendly. Like, give it a proper go now so that right before the World Cup and going into the tournament, be like, okay, we can start somebody else outright instead of Mohammadi. That's a bad example, but you guys, or I think he's the left back, but you guys know what I'm saying. Like, there's a time to do it. I'm getting off track here with Gallinoi. I just don't know if replacing him is going to do anything. I don't know if Canal is suggesting Steven Gerrard for the Iranian national team. Iranians would riot within 30 minutes of the first game. Gerrard is a fraud. He's an absolute fraud. I don't know why this guy keeps getting employed. It's just the ex-legend tax. Dude's trash. Did you hear that Iraq will beat South Korea in June? I did not read that. But yeah, I don't know. Any other questions? Otherwise, I'm going to have to go back to talking about Jordan. Are you watching the Argentina versus Brazil game? Yes. But I'm going to be watching it in a bar here. Do you think there's a chance that South Korea won't qualify directly? No. No, I don't. That would be, dude, if South Korea finished in third. I just don't think the team has the same problems of a Saudi Arabia. I actually think South Korea has fewer problems than that. I feel like they have more intangible issues, right? I think that mentally they are struggling more than Saudi Arabia. I think Saudi Arabia just don't have shooters. I think South Korea are. Did I say Saudi Arabia? Yeah, I did. I think South Korea, it's a little bit more of. I don't think the players like Hung Minbo. I don't think the players like the KFA. I think the players know that the fans have turned. And I think Sun Min has missed like 5 great chances in qualifying. I mean, Son's my boy. Y'all know that. I'm gonna argue against anybody that he's the best Asian player of all time. He will always be that to me until we see somebody else just take over, which I don't even think anybody else. Not to say they're not in the conversation. I think Cha Boom is in the conversation. Ali Day, Park Ji Sung, is he the best Korean ever? I don't think so. Great player, but GOAT Asian? I don't think so. But Sung Kyung Min's XG in qualifying is probably like 8 goals, 8 or 9 goals. And I'm talking just round 3. We don't talk about round 2 in Asia. It's a cakewalk. Unless you're Saudi Arabia, then you finish second. But his actual goals are what, 4? He's got 4 goals in round 3. Like he's really, really been sloppy, and he's been like that for Spurs too. I'm starting to get concerned because it's rolling over into the national team, where Son has been asked to carry the load harder than most players will ever be asked to do, and I don't really think it's fair, and especially with the talent of South Korea, he shouldn't have to. And now you have guys like Lee Gang-in who are now supposed to support him, and that's great. And I think Lee Gang-in has supported Son quite well. Lee Gang-in has been very, very good for South Korea, but Son just hasn't been himself. A lot of people are saying like he's finished and athletically he's done. I don't think that. I just think the guy's played a ridiculous amount of football, and I think he's affected a lot by his perception in South Korea. And I think he's probably annoyed that Spurs are doing so shit. I think he's annoyed, and he's allowed to be annoyed by all of those things. We are about to have the second half started. Footmob says that the second half has started, but here we go on Disney Plus. Maybe it was just a little delayed here, but Junho Bae comes on. Absolutely the right move. I don't know why Junho Bae didn't start. I'm going to be honest, y'all. The guy he just subbed in for, the other Lee, Dong-Young Lee, not a great game from that guy. Not a great game from that guy. I don't even know if I said his name in the first half. But Junho Bae, this is the right substitution. Got to give the manager credit for that. It's the right substitution, giving him a proper 45 minutes. We're not doing this BS in the 80th minute. I wonder if Jordan are actually pressing to start the second half. This did not happen really at all in the first half. Oh, that was a really important ball from Al Rashdan that was cut out there. Ooh, ball comes to the top. Jordan about to press in the second half. It's much more of a mid block here. It's a great ball over top. I think that's Junhobe on the ball. He puts it across. Oh, I don't think that was Junhobe. Was that? I don't think that was Junhobe. My foot mom tells me that Sung Hyun Min was subbed out. That's not true. Sun's right there. I think the substitution is a little off. Oh, now it's telling me Young Min Hyuk checked in the game. Oh, clearance by Adam. Whatever. We're just gonna keep watching the game. Oh, a little bit of an opportunity here. Oh, it's a good step. It's a really good step. I think that I couldn't tell which player that was for Korea. Am I freezing? I don't think I'm freezing. Each on the ball. Yeah, not very involved. Oh my God, somebody cleared the ball. Abunadi. Wait a minute, that's not Junhobe. It is Min Hyuk. Oh, my bad. I could have sworn the graphics said Junhobe, but the camera just zoomed in on him. It's definitely not Junhobe. My bad. Good block from Altamari. Winky Chan wide, puts it down. It's a good tackle from Rashtan, who's on a yellow card, so the man cannot afford another bad challenge. Yeah, Bulaga just picks it up. Let me see if I can goal kick. Speaking of goal kicks, I was looking at like random stats in Asia last night. Maybe you guys will find this interesting. And I was looking at accurate long balls or long balls attempted. And the number one player by like a mile and a half was Dalai Wong, the Chinese goalkeeper. He had like 90 more long passes attempted than the next player. I think this was including round 2 of qualifying as well. Because the number was crazy. It was like 360, and there's no way you could do that in 7 World Cup qualifying games. So I think it included round 2 as well. But if that stat is accurate, that's just Chinese football right now, man. Just like Dalai Wong being the main creator for the team, the goalkeeper. I thought it was funny. Alada plays it long. Looks like Haddad just goes off his head, goes out of bounds. I think it's going to be a goal kick for South Korea. Altamari dances away. It's a good block. Rushed on again. He's just staying in the box. Tamari back on it. He's dancing. A lot of Korean defenders. They do well. Yazan. I think this is going to be a corner kick for Jordan. Yazan does well to win that back. I'm going to try the screen share again with score. I just don't know how well this is going to go. Big moment here. I think Marty steps up with it. It's well cleared. Ooh, connected well by Altamari, and then just a disaster of a follow through from Yazan, who sends that ball back to Jordan. Yeah, it looked like a great. Oh, that's just god awful from Yazan right there. Really important block off the ankle. That was a low and fast shot. I'm not sure if Cho gets there. I'm going to be honest. I'm not sure if he gets there. I do not really rate him as a keeper. Good little 1-2 here. Korea on the attack. They have a couple numbers. Nasib's going to just slide in, send it back. It's a good idea from Son, but just didn't get there. Super chat here. Appreciate that, Adrian. If I'm not mistaken, South Korea has only won 3 of their home games in qualifiers. That sounds like an accurate stat to me. I mean, I can think of. Are we talking about both rounds? Because they drew Thailand at home, drew Palestine at home, drew Oman at home. That's 3 draws. They had her corner cleared. Tamari on the ball. There's a lot of Korean defenders here. Tamari goes down, but I think it's a fair challenge. I think it was that Hwangenbaum? That was Hwangenbaum. It's a really good tackle from him. Beat China in round 2. Beat Hong Kong. Beat Iraq. Have they played anybody else? Clearly they're playing Jordan now. They have not. Oh, they beat Kuwait. Oh, was Kuwait away or was Kuwait at home? I think Kuwait was away. Yeah, because they got Iraq away still. They have Iraq away, and they have one more game against Kuwait. I don't know if it's home or away. I think it's at home. Interesting, yeah. Yeah, South Korea, it's not a scary place to play, y'all. It's not a scary place to play. That's the reality. I don't really think Japan is that scary of a place to play either. You want to talk about intimidating atmospheres? Korea and Japan are not in the top 10. I would say that compared to how the Iraqi fans are, it's night and day. Great spin from Marty. He's going to put a ball in. It's not a bad ball. There's just like no Koreans there. Altamari does get to it. He plays it for Yazan. It's just behind him, and then he goes tumbling down, clutching his ankle. I'm not sure what type of foul he was trying to draw there, but ref ain't giving that. Looks like Hwangenbaum on the ball. Down to Park. Park's going to play it back. Kwon passes to Cho. Ooh, almost finds Son. Marty sends it long. This is an opportunity, maybe. It was a 2-on-1 for Al Naimont. That has not happened a lot in this game. Korea have done a really good job of keeping it to a 3-on-1 pretty much at all times. Hwang Ki-chan's still waiting for a moment of magic, and it ain't going to be that. I mean, Haddad just snuffs that out pretty much immediately, and the ball's going the other way. Extremely direct from Jordan. They're not trying to dribble. They're not trying to play tiki taka. This is win it back, find your zone. And Korea know that, and I think they're really well set up. Before South Korea's home, you would say Australia or Qatar. Oh my gosh. Well, that was kind of scary. Subject just tuned in the game. How has it been? I would say it's been fairly even in terms of quality of chance. Korea have had the ball. Korea doing what Korea's doing, poking, trying to get chances. Jordan doing what they doing. Win the ball, play it long, attack quickly. The second half has not been as action-packed as the first. I think Jordan really liked the fact they got the equalizer. Ooh, great clearance there from Abunadi. Ooh. I will be surprised if this ends 1-1. I just got a feeling like something's going to go down. I don't know what it's going to be, but I just feel like something's going to go down. Really dangerous free kick here for South Korea. Hwang Ki-chan draws the foul. Almarty picks up the yellow. Hardly a yellow. Hardly a yellow. Touched him with the side of his foot on the side of his foot. That ain't a yellow card. Nah, not at all. Come on, it's a grown man game. Dude, if Son bangs this in, holy hell. He is free kick god for South Korea, even though he doesn't take it for Spurs. Makes no sense. Yeah, we've taken a full minute and a half since the actual foul here. I'm running out of things to say. So I'm just going to pour myself some more water. This is ridiculous range right here. But you got to think Son takes the shot. Comes in. Oh, it just doesn't dip. Yeah, that would have been crazy. Yeah, I don't know the XG on that free kick, but it's probably like 0.1 from that distance, maybe less. Yeah, there was that moment there where Son had like what 3 set piece goals for Korea in like 5 games or something like that. Like he was really balling. I haven't seen a ton of Yangman Hyuk. Ooh, that's a great tackle from Haddad because Wanky Chan was away if he didn't make that tackle. I think Jordan's defending has been good, one-on-one for the most part. You can tell Korea are missing like Lee Gang-in's ability to beat his man off the ball, off the dribble. We're just not really seeing that right now. I mean, how many dribbles has Wang Hee-chan won this game? I'm actually going to look that up. How many dribbles has Wang Hee-chan tried and won? He's attempted 5 dribbles and he has 1 successful one. He's been dispossessed once. He's been offsides once. 4 for 11 on ground duels. Yeah, not the greatest game from Mr. Huang. That's good defense, though. That's good defense against Al Marty. From Seoul, I think, did that. It's hard to tell when they're in the fall. Rashtan, what a run. He slips in the box, but that was a great run. He's an underrated player, too. I like him a lot. I mean, Jordan lose him, I think they're in big, big trouble. Abu Madi with a foul on Sun Kyung-min. The longer this game goes on, the more it becomes unacceptable for Jordan to lose this game. Given the circumstances, given the fact that you now have 25 minutes to survive, South Korea are missing a lot of their players. You got to hold on for the draw here. Like, Jordan, if you want to be a team that's taken seriously in World Cup aspirations, you gotta take the point, because don't forget, South Korea still needs to go away to Basra, but you cannot rely on South Korea beating Iraq in Iraq for you guys to qualify. That's just a dangerous game to play. I think I talked about this on the channel before. Might have been with Michael, but I was like, if Jordan's plan is to wait till the last match day and beat Iraq, I just think that's a really dumb strategy. Like, Wanky Chan, the ball goes out of bounds. God, trash game from him. Why are you playing that game? Why are you playing that game? Because Iraq, I just don't know if that's the team that you want it to come down to against. You know what I mean? God, playing with a touch. What on earth, bro? Like, why not go into that game against Iraq needing the draw, right? Or better yet, who cares about the result? You're already qualified. Like, that should be what Jordan's trying to do here. So, oh, well done by Abu Nadi. So I'm curious what Salami does here, the Jordan manager, not the cut of meat. I'm curious what he does here, because if he goes for it and they concede, it's a massive point dropped. Oh, I was going to fall top of box for Rashtan. He plays it wide. Haddad's got nothing, though. Good recovery from South Korea. They seem like they've nullified the attack, although I think that's Cho with the ball there. It's really well done from him. Son misreads the bounce, and Jordan win it back. But the danger's gone, so mission accomplished for South Korea. Also for South Korea, you can't lose this game. You can't lose at home to Jordan. Altamari's going for something like incredible there. He's a very animated figure for the Jordanian national team. If you watch him, he's very emotional. Altamari, he yells at his teammates a lot. Even when he messes up, he's always pointing at Yazan or pointing at Al Rashdan and making it seem like they just made a critical error and that's why Altamari didn't score or something like that. He would be somewhat of an annoying teammate, I think. I'd be like, bro, shut up, please. Why don't you track back? Huh? Track back a little bit and then we can start complaining. But he brings that magic to the Jordan squad, so that's just the price you got to pay. Hwang Hee-chan. Hwang Hee-chan. Ooh. That was Hwang Hee-chan's best moment. He shakes Haddad there. I couldn't tell if he was going for a shot or a cross. I think it was a shot. And that's going to be his last contribution of the game as he finally beats Haddad. That's actually a great-looking ball. I do think that is going far post. If Nassib doesn't block that with his head, which, God, that must have hurt, I think that's going far post. Hwang Hee-chan off, he's not going to be happy with himself there. Young Hyung Jun coming on now. Can't say I'm an expert in this player, but we move. I guess that's the press box in the South Korean stadium in the corner there. Oh my gosh. Another Korean header won. That's like 4 corners now that you could say South Korea won the ball. They're just not putting it on target. South Korea are so good on corners. It's ridiculous. Who was it? Don't tell me that's Cho again. I don't think that was Park Kyung-woo. But yeah, I mean, Jordan, you don't want to be conceding a bunch of set pieces and corners. This is exactly why. It's because Korea has the superior aerial ability. I mean, there we go again. Park wins another header immediately. Abalala plays it long. I mean, look again here, y'all. It's Almarty and Yazan versus 5 Koreans. It's just not gonna happen with those numbers unless Yazan pulls off one of his vintage dribble moves and jukes out 4 guys. Oof. I'm kind of forecasting we see the slowdown coming up on the 70th minute here. Park sends it long. Son is upset, but he just gets sandwiched by 2 Jordanian CBs. Ref's not going to give that call. Plays it down again. I'm surprised Wangenbaum is still in the game. I'm really surprised. Because I'm pretty sure I read that report that said he's got 45 minutes, but that's it. The team doesn't want him to play a lot. His club team. So much for that. They're going to be getting an angry email. The KFA. A dot on the ball. Plays it up. Just nothing at all there. Deflected out of bounds. South Korean throw. Oh, Jordan kind of win it at midfield and then immediately lose it again from Yazan. Just gets his feet stuck underneath him. He does run like a giraffe sometimes, so I'm not too surprised by that. Ball goes out wide. I think this is Soul on the ball right now. Yeah, it is. He still keeps it. He's done really well here. He's done really well here. Oh my gosh. Oh, he did really well outright. Puts in a dangerous cross. Once that, I couldn't tell if EJ Sung was offsides, but once it hit his face, I thought this was definitely going in the goal. But he just doesn't connect enough to redirect, and it goes across goal. But that was a scary moment. Oh, I can't believe that didn't go on target. Was that officially offsides? I haven't been able to see yet. I don't think so. It looks like it was just a Jordan throw. That was a really, really big chance for South Korea there. Great job. And long ball again for South Korea. Jordan is kind of suffocating the middle of the pitch a little bit more this half than what they were doing previously, which is making South Korea go long more often. Hwang Bom is pissed for the foul called on him for his challenge on Yazan. I guess he feels like, oh, I mean, he does touch it with his hand, so I don't know what he's talking about. I mean, it's a clear, it's a clear handball from Hwang Bom. Sorry. I feel like the shots we've seen in the second half, I think we almost got 20 in the first half. We probably have what, y'all? 5 in the second half, including Sun's free kick from 30 yards out. Probably 5. Jordan really haven't done anything. Well, granted, they didn't really do anything until their goal either, which happened about 30 minutes after kickoff, and that's where we are at in the game right here. So maybe this is the moment. Oyasan with a rare mistake against Son. It's not going to matter, though. South Korea, good athleticism from Seoul again, I think. Oh, he's furious for some reason. I guess Marty stopped him from taking the throw in. He's on a yellow, too. So he apologizes to the ref, but yeah, I'm glad the ref wasn't a beta male on that and gave another yellow. Offside on Jason, I couldn't tell. Oh no, Son was offside when he received it. And he was offside. I mean, that's the correct call. Oh, Jordan gonna take that sweet time here. I think they want the point. I think they want the point. I think they've wanted the point in a lot of games. I think in Kuwait they wanted the point. I think in Basra they wanted the point. It's not a bad strategy. Like that's what almost all managers do internationally. They're like, just don't lose away and win at home, and you're going to go to the World Cup. And mathematically, that is correct. But you always wish for more, right? Good play from Huangenbaum. It's good defense from Marty. Really good defense from him. But a great slide by who was that? Taysock? That was a great slide tackle. Jordan could have been away there. Important intervention from the fullback. Park. Taysock. Huangenbaum out wide to the substitute, whose name I do not know. It's a great win from Nasib there. Jordan are able to actually hold the ball up this time for a little bit. I mean, there's no options for Altamari at all. He's got to go back. But Jordan will at least have, 20 seconds of possession consecutively here, which they haven't had in a while, it feels like. Sip on the ball, sends it long. I mean, just look at the Korean defenders here. It does fall kindly for Yusan. He's going to play it out wide. Almarty on the ball. Does he have another moment of magic? Good little skip over. Yusan in the box. Yusan turning, twisting. Nothing there. Well, it's a bit of a wicked deflection off Yusan's face. Cho's forced to grab it. I'm not sure if that counts as a save or not, but maybe a half scare for South Korea there. Yuzan looks a little gassed. Oh, Huangenbaum's going down. I think he's saying that he's done. Yeah, he's taking the shin guards off. He's done. Oh, my man Unibrow for Jordan's coming in. I forgot his name. I'm going to call him Anthony Davis. Hung Young Bo's making a sub. He's bringing on a striker for Huangenbaum. So are Korea changing formation here? I'm not sure. I think it's the right call because Jordan looked vulnerable aerially, so why not throw on the big guy and just see what he can do? Who's coming off now? It looks like Almarty's coming off for Jordan. Abu Hashish. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised Salami's done that. I'm also not surprised by Korea's subs. I think they make sense. He's saying, hey, get the ball in the box. We're going to get some more corners here. Jordan's inevitably going to give up a dangerous set piece. Let's get the big bodies in. We've won every other corner as is. Let's do it one more time. Increase the likelihood. Son loses the ball. It's good defense from Altamari. Zan plays it for, what's his name? Abu Sashish. New guy for Jordan, number 2, but he's unable to hold on. Park. Every time Park is on the ball, it's just terrifying for me. You just feel like he's going to get stripped at any moment. Yazan applying some pressure. I mean, Korea are really pushed up the pitch here. What they don't want to do is go for a pass into the middle of the park and lose it and set Jordan free. Naimai goes for the dribble instead of the layoff. It's actually a pretty dumb giveaway Korea have numbers. Son, can he beat his man wide? He does. He does really well. It's a decent ball in. They're going to keep it, but Seoul's out wide now. Double cross. What a game he's had. Oh, my God. A save from Abulai. That's incredible. Such a good save. Yo, Seoul's a dog, bro. He is a dog. That is 2 incredible crosses he's put in. And Abulai keeping Jordan in the game. Wow. I mean, if you're Korean, do it again. Do it again. Jordan are not a great aerial team. You got to keep going at them. That's your strength if you're Korean. You know, say it again. Said it before on the channel. If you're fighting a grass-type Pokemon, throw out Charizard, right? Don't throw out Blastoise. Don't throw out Swampert or Gyarados, right? Because then he's going to be super affecting you. You're going to look like an idiot. Yazan, Alada, decides to dribble. He passed it off to the other Yazan. It's a 4-on-4. This is the first time this has happened for a while for Jordan. Ball comes in. It's just Yazan Alada, the center back, is the only point man for Jordan right now. And number 21 for Jordan, the guy whose name I can never remember, Danus or Janus or something like that. Great move. God, Son cooks Haddad there. Who won the header? I can't see from the angle. I can't tell if that was almost an own goal from Alada. VAR checking possible penalty. Okay, I'm going to stop the screen share just in case something pops up here. Oh, God, this is a pen. Wow, this is going to be a pen for sure. The interesting thing here is that no Koreans said anything. Like, nobody protested this. Son is staring at it and does not even put his hand up. Like, nobody does it. Oh, my gosh. I feel like you have to give this pen. You have to give this pen, right? Because if you don't, I mean, I guess they're looking at, like, does it hit his head or his hand first? Can we see a difference? Is there not an aerial angle to see where it connects? God, are we going to see Jose Cordova from Panama all over again here? I'm really curious what this guy's going to say. He's Uzbek. You never know. He says no pen. I had a feeling. I forgot it was this ref. I've seen this guy make interesting decisions before with the VAR. I'll be honest. I'm okay with that call because, 1, nobody complained. 2, it pretty much hit his head at the exact same time, so whatever. Yeah, I'm kind of like, all right. But, dude, if Al Adams single-handedly shot down another game for Jordan, that would have been crazy. That narrative would have been crazy. I would have had to spaz on this man in the match recap. But Jordan get a bit lucky there. I think if you were a by the book for life referee, you call a pen there. But this guy seems to interpret circumstance a little bit, which I appreciate actually as a referee. Um, and he said no pen, and we move. And this is not over at all. One-on-one. Tayshaw puts the ball in, but it's blocked by Altamari, who how many times have we said his name in the second half? He just hasn't gotten the opportunities. He does track the run there very well. So shout out to him. It's not always easy to get your star winger to actually play some goddamn defense. In the box here for Korea, he's so I can't even tell who's on the ball, but there's 5 Jordanians around him. Ball comes in far post. It's the substitute. He hits it down. It's not a great clearance. Rashtown's going to carry and carries it too much. So too many Koreans around him, and they win the ball back. '88th minute, we're probably getting Son is furious. He wants a foul on Haddad there. He doesn't want a foul, but he wants it should be a corner kick for South Korea. I mean, Son has the right to be pissed, especially given how dangerous South Korea have been from the corner kicks. The Jordanian guy, I can never remember his name, is off. Musa Altamari is coming off as well. Why is 15 run like that? He runs like a tight. I don't trust him. I don't trust him at all. See, this is where my knowledge of the Jordanian national team reaches its peak. I don't know the guys on the bench like that. Looks like Ihsan Haddad. Was it Ihsan Haddad came off and Altamari? I couldn't tell. Well done by Jordan there to not concede the corner, but they've released Son in the box and it's blocked by Al Arab. A great block from him. I mean, this was peak if that wasn't blocked. Because number 9 for Korea is pretty much open in the box. Great ball down from the sub to Sung Kyo Min, number 16. I'll have to learn that guy's name after the game as well. And guys, I know I'm not reading the chat. I do appreciate you guys being in there, but I'm really paranoid about spoilers right now because we're at the end of the game. For me at +5, I think that's fair. It's probably going to be +7 now. God forbid any team scores in the 96th minute and Twitter's just going to explode. Everybody's going to be like, corruption. How many teams have scored super, super deep in extra time where it's been incredibly sus? Iraq, Bahrain, Australia. And when I say sus, I don't mean I think it's sus, but I mean like if you were part of that the fan base that conceded, you'd be like extra time until blah 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 scores. That's what everybody says. Extra time until Iraq scores. Extra time until Bahrain scores. Extra time until Arab Mafia. It's like, all right, okay, dude, whatever. Who else has scored really deep in a stoppage time? I don't think there's been another example that I can think of. I guess no, China didn't score that deep in extra time. I think they scored like 93rd minute. Oh, Yazan almost gets away there. He's really been starved in this game. He hasn't gotten much. That's a heavy touch from Seoul, I think. He's had a great game. He's had a good game. He's had a good game. Another sub here for Korea. Sung Kyung Min is off. Oh, Kyung Gyu's coming on. I'll be honest, I just don't understand taking Sun off. Um, you guys get another set piece in the remaining 4 minutes, which is extremely likely. Don't you want Sun in the game for that? Not that he was great, but he wasn't bad today. He was better today than against Oman, for sure. We're at 92 right now. I'm at 92, 24, 25, 26, 27. You got to think we're going to 97, really. So we probably have 5 minutes left to roll the game. It would be a big point for Jordan. Really big point for Jordan. There's another throw in, so Jordan's going to take at least 20 seconds to put this baby in. You're going to play the touchline. Altamari almost got there. Number 6 did really well here. Oh, God, except the ball itself was left a lot to be desired. But that was a bit of a threat there for Jordan. A team that's really done almost nothing in the second half offensively. But they defended very well, which is surprising. I don't really associate Jordan with very good defensive performances, but I guess Abu Laila's bailed him out twice. And this game is not over, so story's still being written. Never forget Kuwait's late equalizer in extra time. Never forget. Park on. Oh, that's a lazy pass and kind of a bad giveaway. Oh, here we go. Kyung-gyu with the foul on number 6 for Jordan, who's been quite good since he came on. I can't lie. It's only been about 3 minutes, but he's just going to send it long. I mean, there's no numbers at all that Jordan have. Oh, this is good here from Korea. Oh, this is good. Oh, Nasib's tired. Can he get across? He does get across. Oh, my gosh. That's great defending from Nasib, and Abu Nadi, I think, was the one who cleared it off the goal line. Not off the goal line, but out of the 6-yard box. Yeah, this guy, number 16 for South Korea, looks promising, I would say. Good little burst of energy. Good cameo. Created a couple chances. That's all you can ask from a sub. Ball comes in. It's going to fall top of box. Parks on it. Korea can't turn it over here. That'd be bad news. Really bad. EJ Sung was like playing it on the ground the whole time. Kind of risky from Abu Nabi, but that's a guy who's high on confidence. We're coming up on 96 now. You just got to wonder how much time there is left. Al-Samari with 3 Koreans around him. Yeah, just absolutely nothing there. Tae-Hawk does really well. That's the final whistle, and it's 1-1. And I think I heard some boos there at the final whistle. Interesting game. First half was electric. Second half was much more controlled by South Korea, with Jordan really not able to do much. 2 consecutive draws at home for Korea. I think they'll be crucified for that, even though I don't think they should be. I don't think they should be beaten up too bad for today. I don't really think they should be beat up. I mean, it's not like South Korea was poor. I'll just say this for the Koreans before I end the stream, just because I am paranoid about any spoilers here for the other games. Please do not comment anything, by the way. I know that Korea dropping all these points at home sucks, but you're not losing games yet, right? And I think that's important. I think if you're playing and underperforming, but you're still able to, at least get draws and score goals, it could be a lot worse, is what I'm saying. And I think the circumstances today, having a good team like Jordan come to town and visit, missing the players that you're missing, I don't think it's a bad point for South Korea. I'll be honest. I think the Jordanians will be happier with the point, especially after the second half where they really didn't do much offensively, didn't really threaten. I don't think Cho really made a single save actually in the second half that I can remember off the top of my head. But yeah, it was a good match overall. It was a pretty good game. That's kind of it. Should have been a penalty. I mean, I just don't think that's the talking point. I don't think everybody should be walking away from this saying that should be a penalty. I think it's an understandable no call. I explained it right as it happened. If you're a by the book, no context has no influence on your refereeing decisions, that is a penalty. If you're going to say that like he went like this and the ball's like right here, so it's like, it's hitting his head and his arm at the same time, I'm okay with the no call. I just know that other referees would call that completely differently, and now we're getting back into the whole how do we get consistency inside the AFC, which no league is consistent, no ref is consistent, no federation ref's the same. So Kuwait Oman stream, I'm not going to be able to do that, unfortunately. 2 points for Korea, 2 matches. Yeah, the fans will be upset about this. I'm very curious what my Korean homies are saying right now. Probably sack Hyunmbo. I guarantee this is the first tweet I see when I go to Twitter. This is a disgrace. This is an outrage. Look, it's not a great result, but Jordan are better than Koreans think. Sometimes sometimes fans of any elite team suffer from the same shit that U.S. men's national team fans do, where they just can't seem to put enough respect on the upcoming teams, right? U.S. men's national team, it doesn't matter that Panama had beat them 3 times in a row or 3 of the last 4 games. They're still going to say Panama sucked, right? If you look at South Korea versus Jordan, y'all, what has the story been? These guys have played 4 times in the last 18 months or 4 times in the last 2 years. We have 1 win for South Korea. We have 1 win for Jordan, and we have 2 draws. So it's 1, 2, and 1 is the record in the last 4 games. At what point do you give credit to Jordan? How many more draws and wins for Jordan do you want to see? These are all competitive games, by the way. None of these are friendlies. How many more do you want to see before you say that Jordan's a good side? Do you want to lose 1 more time? Do you need to lose 2 more times? Do we need another draw away in Suwon or in some other stadium? Like, what else needs to happen before you start saying, oh, yeah, actually, these Middle Eastern sides are pretty good? Now, if you want to say Korea should have higher expectations than Jordan, absolutely. But we had a video about this in the channel. The days of South Korea just running over teams is gone. It's not going to happen anymore. Like, they might run over Oman. They might run over teams that, like, legitimately do not produce talent. They're going to run over Hong Kong, right? There's kind of tier 4 nations and below, even some tier 3. They'll still dominate. But these tier 2 guys, they're too good. They're too good now. I think particularly in Jordan's case, I'm curious what they look like in 10 years. So hit subscribe for, Jack's video about the Jordanian national team in 10 years. How much of this is they just got some ballers in this generation? How much of this is Jordan's here to stay? I don't know. But what I do know is that in the 2030 qualifying cycle or 2034 qualifying cycle, if it's not Jordan from the Middle East who's causing South Korea headaches, it's going to be somebody else. It's going to be Iraq. It might be Kuwait's turn. Maybe they're back. Maybe who's a team that kind of got a little hard done by, maybe in the draw or something. I don't know. North Korea. Like, those guys are always just kind of steady Eddie. That's a bad example because they're not Middle Eastern, but you guys know what I'm saying. Will you be doing Iran versus Uzbekistan live watch along? I can't, guys, because I have a meeting that I have to take for work that would happen in the middle of the second half. So I'm going to be watching the game, of course, but I won't be able to cover it in real time. Now that we're done here, I'm literally going to end the stream and I'm going to pull up China, Australia, and watch that game from the start. I don't think I'll be able to finish it before Iran, Uzbekistan. I think that starts in 58 minutes. But I'll at least be able to watch, a good 60 minutes of the Australia-China game. And then I still got to watch the end of Japan-Saudi Arabia. It was 0-0 when I stopped. So there's a lot going on here. The next live stream will actually be tonight. Connor will be doing a solo stream for Brazil versus Argentina. So, the South American Clásico, the best talent in South America going at it. That'll be the next live stream. I think my next live stream, I'll probably just do another Jack chill sesh. Probably in 10 days, something like that. I love doing these streams. They're just a little tiring for me. Like, they just kind of stack up over and over. Plus, I got to make all the AFC recap videos, which I'm going to go ham on those. I got a lot of talking points. I got a lot of data. I'm ready to come out guns blazing in that. So if you guys want to see that, if you guys want to see some collabs that are coming down the pipe regarding AFC, hit subscribe for that. Of course, I'll be doing more live watch-alongs for the final window of World Cup qualifiers. I was going to try to go to Amman, Jordan for the game, but I'm not going to be able to, sadly. It's just way too expensive. It would cost me over $2,000 to go to the game, and I'm not even sure I can get a ticket, so it's not worth it. But I will be doing a live watch-along to that game, 100%. I would like to do more Asian streams next time. It was a little hard this time because I'm in Brazil, so I got to find a Brazilian streaming service that has the games, and I'm using my girl's laptop right now with the VPN to stream this game. Even there's a lot of things going on, but I should be back in Argentina with the normal setup. Would love to do a stream for Saudi Arabia, Australia. That's another big one I know coming up. Iraq versus Jordan, and my other final, absolute wish list game that I stream is UAE versus Uzbekistan in UAE. I think those are the three biggest games with the best players and the best teams in the final window. So if I can do streams for all three of those, I pray to God they're not at the same time. Lord, don't do this to me. Please have them at different times so that I can stream them all because I'm so hyped for all those games. But I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Point shared here in South Korea, 1-1. Pretty good match overall. I appreciate you guys in the chat for sticking around and, putting up with the fact that I don't have a strong enough internet to share the screen, share the score as the game's going on. But I hope you guys still enjoyed. Like I said, more AFC content dropping here soon. I'm going to jump back into these games. I'll see you guys later. Follow me on Twitter. I'll be tweeting my thoughts for pretty much the rest of the day. If you want to know what I think about any of these games, you can respond to my tweets on Twitter. Say, hey, Jack, what you think about Suns' performance? What you think about Altamari? Anything specific you guys want to ask me about on Twitter. I'll put the link in the description to this video in a second. I don't think it's in the description now, but my Twitter is at @thejackson, JACKSVN. I'll update this stream in 30 seconds and add my Twitter down there so you can check me out. All right, guys, I appreciate it. I'll see you on the next one.